My last video featured solos from Mikhail Baryshnikov in the 1977 movie The Turning Point. The movie featured big-name ballet stars of the 1970s, including Baryshnikov, Suzanne Farrell, Peter Martins, Antoinette Sibley, Fernando Bujones. For those that can't get enough of the movie's great dancing, former New York City Ballet dancer Kurt Froman posted outtakes from the movie that ended up on the cutting room floor. In this video, I provide an analysis of Baryshnikov's Sleeping Beauty solo, filled with great confidence and subtlety that did not make it into the film. Also the pas de deux from Le Corsaire with Marianna Tcherkassky. The Turning Point from 1977 was a popular movie that starred Shirley MacLaine and Anne Bancroft that was nominated for 11 Oscars, including Best Picture. The movie featured great dancing from Baryshnikov and other ballet stars from that era. Not every dance segment that was filmed made it into the movie. Former New York City Ballet and Broadway dancer, movie coach, and consultant Kurt Froman posted 2 Turning Point outtakes on Instagram. He says that he has 60 minutes of outtakes of dance segments. The Turning Point had a segment from the Sleeping Beauty Grand Pas de Deux with Royal Ballet great Antoinette Sibley and Baryshnikov. What did not make it was his first solo. The solo consists of standard steps that are all very intricate, requiring great subtlety and nuance, rather than letter-rip athleticism. The solo consists of 3 parts: a beat section along a diagonal, a double tour part, and steps en manège, a term of the French school, as in a circular ring. Note that the music in this and the second work from Le Corsaire consists of a minimalist single piano. Probably orchestra music would have been dubbed in if it made it into the movie. Take a look at the 1-minute solo, and I will be back with commentary, breaking down the steps. Baryshnikov's first step after a chasse and glissade preparation is a step called an aile de pigeon, which is French for pigeon's wings. The step is appropriately titled as his feet look like they are fluttering back and forth, but it is difficult to make out the mechanics in real time. As a starter, let's take a look at a basic entrechocat. Here the dancer starts in 5th position with right leg in front. The dancer jumps straight up and moves his legs from side to side, with right foot front to right foot back, ending with a right foot in front for a total of 4 leg crossings. The aile de pigeon has a similar beating movement, but with the dancer taking off on one foot as if to do a cabriole devant, beat to the front. Baryshnikov leaps into the air, taking off from his left foot. His right foot beats into his left. Then his right and left legs switch positions with the right leg back. To finish, his right and left legs switch again so that his right leg is on top as he lands on his left leg. Baryshnikov also did this step in his Albrecht solo in Giselle from 1977 that I thought was a double cabriole. The difference between the Sleeping Beauty and Giselle steps is that he focuses on athleticism in Giselle with a very high leap, substantial distance traveled, and spectacular diagonal position at his peak with less focus on the beats. In Sleeping Beauty, he tones it down and is more subtle, with less emphasis on the height and diagonal position, and more on the beats with greater articulation. Let's take a look at the 2 steps on a split screen. In Sleeping Beauty on the left side, he goes airborne with arms in 3rd position, with his left arm in front and right overhead. This arm position does not provide for maximum lift. In contrast, in the more athletic Giselle version, his left arm goes overhead, which facilitates lift off the ground. At this point, the body positions are similar in a pike position. In Sleeping Beauty, he maintains his pike and emphasizes the beats as his right leg beats below his left, and again with his right leg on top. In Giselle, he focuses more on hitting a spectacular diagonal position, high off the ground. Look at his hips relative to the first Willie in the row. The still shows his hips higher than the head of the nearest dancer as he lays out, looking straight up, a tremendous display of athleticism. As a result of his focus on the diagonal position, his beat action is less pronounced. On the left, he lands with his right leg extended, and the right side shows a similar landing. His head looks forward in Sleeping Beauty, while he looks straight up in Giselle, giving the illusion he is in the air longer. The split screen shows Baryshnikov's versatility. While some dancers display one-size-fits-all on all of their steps, Baryshnikov adapts the step to the role. In Giselle, Albrecht amps the athleticism up to 10 as he desperately dances for his life. This variant would have looked odd in Sleeping Beauty, as Prince Desiree, dancing at his wedding with Aurora, focuses on grace and nuance. Next is the double tour section, 2 turns in the air off of 2 feet, with the soutenu turn preparation. Note how high Baryshnikov gets, with 2 full rotations, starting and finishing en face to the front. Sometimes dancers cheat by not taking off square to the front and or landing short of front. Here Baryshnikov's hips are roughly square to the front on both takeoff and landing. Note his precise movements, always in control. The beat step after his 3rd and 4th tours is a royale, in which the dancer beats the calves together before the feet change position. He confidently walks to downstage right and pauses for a close camera shot of the 29-year-old Baryshnikov. He does several different steps in his manège, starting with an arabesque sauté, followed by a jeté entrelacé with a beat thrown in, done 2 times. He then does coupé jetés, sometimes broken up by chaîné turns, which are small half turns. At the end, he does 2 coupé grand jetés in attitude, leg bent behind him, and chaîné turns as he opts for a simple finish as he goes to the knee. This is a great solo, displaying Baryshnikov's range. His previous solos in Corsaire, Don Quixote, and Giselle that I analyzed in my previous 2 videos were all-out, pedal-to-the-metal efforts. In Sleeping Beauty as Prince Desiree, he displays a regal demeanor filled with dignified refinement and grace. Next on the cutting room floor is the Corsaire pas de deux with Baryshnikov and Marianna Tcherkassky. Marianna joined American Ballet Theatre in 1970 and was promoted to principal dancer in 1976. The New York Times dance critic Anna Kisselgoff wrote that she was one of the greatest Giselles that America Ballet produced. She retired in 1996 and was appointed ballet mistress at Pittsburgh Ballet Theatre, where her husband, Terence Orr, was the artistic director from 1997 to 2020. Note Marianna's nice turn in second to a supported position and her graceful Italian fouettes in her solo. Next is Baryshnikov's Corsair solo. See my analysis of his solo in my previous video. Thanks for tuning in.